Three, two, one. Welcome back to the Caveman Chronicles. First up today is going to be about a lot of the unspoken problems with social media.
Oh yeah.
And how it affects how parents don't know how to deal with it, how to deal with their kids on social media, the kids being addicted to their phones 24/7, and dude, they don't know how to socialize without being on social media. All these unknown problems with depression, suicide rates because of social media. All the surveillance that there is on social media is being targeted by ads, with Cambridge Analytica, China implementing something like the episode of Black Mirror,
where they're doing social media credit.
Yeah, social credit. All these are big problems in social media that people they know about somewhat, but they don't really talk about it. It's not a big awareness thing. So
yeah, it's just like I agree. Like there's a lot of issues that are never spoken about with social media. Like cyberbullying is another topic that it's spoken about now because it's a topic that people are using, but it's been going on forever since computers first came out. There's always social media cyberbullying.
I mean, there's bullying in general, right? Like bullying in life is part of life. So.
But one thing I did notice is when I was younger, right before the internet came out and everything, you bully kids or kids would get bullied in school. When you get home, you have that time to forget about what happened and then go off again to school. But nowadays, you gotta worry about cyberbullying, man. You gotta worry about when you get home from school, you get on your phone, kids making fun of you for what you post or what you wear on a picture or in a video, or how the quality of the video.
Yeah.
And it goes to everything, man.
Yeah, and that goes definitely to the addiction of social media, right? So everybody, kids nowadays, their whole life is social media. Their life isn't so much about themselves building a personality or having a mind of their own. It's more about what kind of life can I create on social media that impresses other people, and that you're in that competition, right? So it's like when the whole bullying thing happens on social media is, this kid either doesn't have that creativity on social media, doesn't have the means to go and be on a boat, go and be on a nice car. Their parents have nice cars. Live this life of adventure, this life of greatness. And regular kids, other kids are just like, I don't got that.
Yeah.
Stuff. And then they're getting hit on with like, if you're a dork in school, you're a nerd. These kids, they post one little post about anything. They say about video games or about just their regular life, and they get drilled, bro. They get hit hard by all these other kids. Like, oh, look at this loser, and then that comes with the problems. Like they already get shit at school for being the way that they are.
Agreed.
Then when they get online, they see all their other friends or people that they know, that they wanna. Because everybody wants to be that popular kid. Everybody wants to fit in, right?
Yeah.
And it's like you see all these kids posting about their, their parents' fancy cars, their boats. We're going hiking. We're going to another state to go on this great vacation. And it's like, my parents can't afford anything like that. I can't be posting about things like that.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, this guy has like 5 followers, 20, 30 followers, or maybe his like closest friends, and these other people have thousands of followers, and that all falls into like the psychological issues of social media.
And that's where suicide rates come from, man. Suicide rates come from social media because all these kids are getting bullied on and being trash talked about when they go back to school just because of one post they do, or even if they say something wrong in the comment and they go on to share it, it could destroy somebody's life,
Yeah, man, and it goes into like you in high school you start dating a girl, or you start talking to somebody, and then let's trade social medias, right? But maybe you don't know each other yet. You're not on social media.
Yeah.
And either the girl sees that the guy has like a low amount of followers. Oh, this guy only has 200 followers.
Yeah, the guy's a dork.
This guy's a loser. This guy doesn't. Nobody wants to follow this guy because he's not cool enough. Or vice versa. It can happen the same way. The guy has a lot of followers, and he meets this girl, and it's like, hey, this girl has like 200 followers. Like, what's up with that? Like, that whole number of followers, the number of likes that you get on posts is very psychological to kids and to people, not just kids, even adults.
Yeah.
It affects people our age.
Yeah, it affects me because when I see a girl gets like 300-400 likes on one picture, I'm like, man, there's something kind of wrong here because this isn't natural for a normal girl to get 400 or 500 likes.
Within the first like 30
within the
minutes.
first 30 minutes, and I'm just like,
minutes,
what is
right?
she like? Is this girl really out there doing stuff where she gets people's attention, or what? Because it's something that's not normal.
Yeah, right. And
It's
then
weird.
you're like, wait, do I want to be with a person like this? That's always posting about their life and always, throwing their life out there where, they're trying to get all this attention to get all these hundreds of likes.
Yeah.
And then they do the whole, I posted this like an hour ago and I only have 100 likes or only 200 likes. They're like, hey, that's not enough likes. I gotta delete this. This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
They delete it. They wait a few hours for more of a prime time to post. Then they hit the post again. If it hits the amount of likes that they're kind of expecting, they're like, okay, this is a good post.
Yeah.
And it's the same picture, but they need
yeah.
that validation of more.
Well, that's
likes.
what they want. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for that attention of, I want all these likes because this is what life is leading to, man. Life is leading to, we gotta have all this to make us just make us better. Like Facebook, I read an article of like a few months ago saying that they're gonna test on taking out the like button to see how that's gonna work out.
Take out the like button.
Take out the like button so you can't really.
You can only react.
You could only react, but there's not a like count. Like you can like it still, but there's not a count to it. There's not gonna be
that visualization.
1 million likes on a video, 1 million likes on a picture. No, they're gonna try to test it out, see how it's gonna be.
Because they're realizing it's affecting people.
It's affecting people, man.
And not just that, but it was created for the rush of endorphins in your brain to be like, wow, that feels so good.
Yeah.
When you post something, you get thousands or hundreds of likes. You're like, man, that makes you feel good. And then people get addicted to that feeling, which is why social media is so addicting. But
I remember.
Let's go into the article that we had pulled up about depression with kids and how it affects young kids.
Okay, so
bring that up real quick.
Let's bring this up here. Does social media cause depression? That's what the title of the article is. And I agree, man. I agree that it does bring up depression because some kids that don't have the means, like you said earlier, that they don't have the means to go out and be posting all these things and they're seeing everyone else do everything, it kind of has a little bit of a backlash on that person because they're missing out, the fear of missing out,
Yeah, but read that first paragraph about the article just so that people know exactly what the article is talking about.
All right,
So it's not
the first paragraph?
Yeah, the one where it says between social media and
okay.
depression.
Social media.
Yeah, it's the first paragraph. It's the first
Where is it?
very first paragraph.
Very first paragraph. Okay, and using social media, making our kids unhappy. Evidence is mounting that there is a link between social media and depression. In several recent studies, teenage and young adults users who spend the most time on Instagram, Facebook, and other platforms were shown to have substantially from 13 to 66% higher rate of reported depression than those who spent less time.
That's a study because later in the article goes down and starts saying that it was a study in 2017 of over 500,000 8th through 12th graders found the number of exhibiting high levels of depressive symptoms increased 33% between 2010 and 2015. In the same period, the suicide rate of girls in that age group increased by 65%, man.
That's a lot,
How crazy
man.
is that? Over
Just
half,
33% is a lot, and then 65% is huge
of that age group between those years have tried to commit suicide of some kind. Either they succeed or not, and it all correlates to the article keeps talking about it. It correlates to how smartphones were introduced in 2007, and by 2015, a full 92% of teens and young adults owned a smartphone. So the rise in depressive symptoms correlates with smartphone adoption during that period. Even when matched year by year, observers the study's lead author, San Diego State University, psychologist Gene whatever, that doesn't import it. But it just shows you, bro, 65% of girls, all because of the correlation of adoption of smartphones.
Yeah.
It's not the causation. We're not saying that it causes it, but it's definitely a strong correlation.
You have the access to social media on your phone, so people are seeing things and
constantly.
It's like the fear of missing out, man.
Yes.
The fear of missing out is
always
a big
on it.
issue because everyone gets depressed because they missed out on something that happened. Like, let's say how did you feel when you missed out on a school day? You thought, I'm missing today's gonna be great, but then you found out there was a pizza day.
A pizza day, or
you had a substitute,
some type of fight happened, or something crazy happened.
And
You're like, wow,
I missed out on the day that I thought I was gonna have a great day, but there's a better day at school.
Exactly.
It's crazy. That's the same exact way, the same exact feeling that we would feel without any internet or anything when we missed out on going.
When we were
to
kids,
school.
when we were kids, we were in middle school. You know, smartphones weren't a big thing yet. You know, even high school smartphones were starting, but the social media aspect of all this news feed all the time
wasn't. And you didn't have it on your phone. You didn't have that on your phone.
You know, you would go out. School would end on Friday. Go out on the weekend. You get back to school. When you talk to your friends, you know, you would find out what you do on the weekend. You know, now it doesn't exist anymore. They know exactly what you're doing constantly because kids are constantly posting. They have to post. It's like, oh, this guy never posts. This guy's a ghost on social media. This guy's a dork. This guy's a loser.
Yeah.
This guy has a boring life. You instantly think, yo, what is this guy doing with his
Well,
life?
I had a conversation with a girl, and I knew exactly what she did. I know where she traveled. I knew everything because she would post everything. And she was gone for a week, and she came back. We hung out. I was like, hey, yeah, I saw you went to this place. How was it? You know, tell me about it. I just saw your pictures, but tell me about what you experienced. Because you're not gonna experience everything that they experienced.
Yeah, just from a picture or one video. Post doesn't tell you everything.
It tells you everything that they did. You know, they went hiking, they did everything. But I want to know about the experience. I'm that type of person that likes hearing the experience over just seeing it and not even asking.
But when it comes to all this posting and what we were just talking about in the article about all the depression, it all happens because of the competitive nature of social media. Getting as many likes as possible, constantly posting, comparing your life. Oh man, you know, Randy's posting this crazy post with he's out there in the clubs and you know he's doing this, he's doing that. It's like, oh man, this guy's Armando Loco, bro. Like, you know,
but who knows?
He's living a great life.
You're seeing a lot of small 5% in that person's life, and when they're posting all this type of stuff, like, oh, I'm going out to clubs and doing this and doing that. But people don't really know what's actually going on in your actual life. You're portraying a life of happiness and full of adventures, but yet what's really happening in your head or what's happening in your life, like it's a struggle.
Yes.
You know, and that's when the depression comes up because who knows, man? You could be living this great life, but you could be massively depressed, and your only outlet is social media
and the likes that you're getting. The likes that you're getting is the only thing that makes you happy. Because their life is actually shit, and people are fucking super depressed. People's lives are like, man, my life fucking sucks, but everybody thinks I have this great life on social media.
Yeah.
And people don't know how people have let social media take over their lives, and bro, whatever they do, it has to be posted. They go to a restaurant, Facebook or Instagram, that little geolocation check-in. Boom, I'm here, look at me. I'm in a super fancy restaurant, look at me, I got money because I'm here, right? And bro, they're eating off like the dollar menu, bro, like the cheapest thing, they're getting a fucking salad, you know?
With the water.
Yeah, because they can't afford it, but they gotta post about it because they gotta look.
You know, it's like how we were talking about how comparing people on social media, you know, when these people, like let's say not even these people, when you got friends and you have a girlfriend or something, and your girlfriend's friends are going out to all these nice restaurants, and then they're posting all these places that they've gone to eat, they take pictures of food, their drinks and everything, then your girlfriend's gonna be comparing, like, I want to go there because my friends went there.
Oh, my friends went there, they posted that.
Let's go, and they had a good time, but then when you actually look at the reviews, the restaurant's a piece of crap, you know, it's a 3-star restaurant, but your friends are actually making it look so much better than what it really is. You know, that's why there's filters, there's everything that enhance a picture or enhance a video to make it look so much better than it really is. Because I had a girlfriend that her friends would go out to eat at one place, and my girlfriend wanted her to go. You know, I was like, no, like, let's do our own research on this restaurant.
Yeah, let's find a restaurant.
We ended up going.
Let's not just go somewhere just
because somebody posts about it. It was super expensive for no reason. You know, it was a small little place, super expensive food, and the food was just shit. You know, it wasn't good food, man.
I want to go back to a topic because I feel like we gotta talk about this more, which is about the children, because we're talking about people our age, bro.
Yeah.
And our age, we didn't grow up with
social media. We didn't grow up with social media, but
we started getting
still see the issue with our age.
We started getting smartphones later in high school. We were already 16, 17 when smartphones were really coming out, and you know, social media wasn't really on the phone yet. It was still go home, log into your website.
Instagram didn't come out to my first year in college.
Exactly. Instagram didn't come out until after 2011 when we graduated.
Yeah.
So Facebook was still just go home and log on the website on your computer and look at Facebook. It wasn't the Facebook app. That didn't come out yet.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to kids. Kids now that are growing up on social media. They're since a young age, they're already on social media. They're already glued to their phone. We didn't have cell phones when we were growing up.
Yeah.
We got cell phones in middle school. All they did was call and text. They didn't have this. Oh man, I gotta be on my phone scrolling through endless feeds, liking people, Snapchatting, all this garbage. But these kids that are growing up, it's a whole different psychological effect. Like, look how strong it is on us that we didn't grow up, how addicted people our age have gotten to it. Imagine these younger kids, man, that from a very young age they're already introduced to this. They're like, this is the normal. The normal is not, oh, let me go to my friend's house and hang out and talk. No, the normal is, let's get on Snapchat and do a 3-way phone call and be talking the whole time. Let's do an Instagram live and interact with people like that. They're not interacting physically anymore. Yeah, it's all about internet stuff. But on top of the kids, I want to hit the topic of parents. How do parents manage their kids on that? Let's talk about that for a while.
There's actually an article that I read. I think I told you about it like a week ago or something. I'm just trying to look it up, but I can't find it right now.
All articles that we're talking about are going to be posted in the description for you guys to look at, and it's not just us talking crap. So
it's actually real.
All the links will be below.
But there's this 13-year-old influencer that came out because there's 18, 21-year-old guys throwing nasty comments. I get it. Men are gross, and they shouldn't be telling this girl these comments. But yet the way she's dressing and throwing pictures and
the thing is on social media, you don't know. You don't know.
And she looks like she's 18. She looks like she's 18. She could be 21, but yet her father came out and was saying, "Oh, come on, guys, this is only a 13-year-old." But why are you letting your daughter post?
Some provocative stuff.
She is. There's pictures of her with her pants very shallow down.
Yeah,
and her
angles,
underwear.
Right?
Yeah, and the angles, and her underwear showing. She's showing a lot of cleavage, but then her father isn't looking at her daughter like, "Hey, why are you posting these type of pictures?"
I know, right?
Why do you gotta do this instead of attacking everyone else
on social media?
Correct your daughter, man.
Yeah.
I get it. She's making money off of this, but teach her what she has to do for her age.
Yeah,
she shouldn't be putting on as a 13-year-old. She's putting on a bunch of makeup to
look
older.
That's another problem.
That's another issue.
With makeup and the type of clothes that people are wearing. It's like a 13-year-old girl or a 14-year-old girl that's well developed for her age can easily look a lot older with all the makeup that they put on. And they put these pictures on there. It's not just girls. Guys do it too. Guys post pictures. They're always half naked. Like there's some type of like Instagram models and all this fake life. Like, that's not correct, especially for kids such a young age.
Yeah, no.
But when it comes to parents managing it, bro, it's like the problem comes with parents of our age, not our age, but like of our generation and a little bit older. The older millennials is what's the quickest way to shut up a kid? Put a tablet in his face.
Yeah.
You take him out somewhere. This kid's talking a lot. And he's gonna misbehave. He's in the car. Give him a tablet. He's on his tablet watching YouTube, watching other stuff. Being on, they might not be on social media yet, but they're already addicted to having a screen on their face and doing something, not interacting with humans. So then, as that kid gets a little bit older, starts hitting middle school, even maybe elementary already, because elementary kids are walking around with smartphones.
Yeah.
So they're all jumping in the bandwagon of social media, and that causes the problem. They're getting addicted to screens at a very young age. For a very long time, they just have screens in their face. Oh, you're done watching TV? Here, get on your computer. Oh, you're done being on the computer from doing your homework? Oh, get on your phone. Get on your tablet, whatever. But there's always a screen in their face, and it's always constant stimulation to keep this kid quiet, to keep the kid tranquilo, and that leads to the problem that then eventually becomes social media. The parents of our age, they know a little bit more of social media, but the older parents that had no social media until they're old already, they don't understand what a like is. They don't understand.
They don't know how to run these platforms.
They don't know how to run the platforms, and they don't understand. They're not checking up on their kids, seeing what their kids are posting.
Yeah.
Who are they following? Who's following them? Like what kind of person is your kid being? Because it's not just girls. What kind of person are they being on social media?
Yeah.
Like, are they out there just trying to grab attention, trying to become a influencer?
Because that's what everybody wants to be nowadays. Everybody wants to be an influencer, man. Because that's easy money where you don't have to go to school for, you don't have to do anything. All you gotta do is have a phone, take pictures, fake your life, and that's it. But we'll go back. We'll go to that later on. But back to the little kids, like man, I've gone to Disney, I've gone to baseball games, and I've gone everywhere where, age groups vary.
Yeah.
You got your 7-year-olds to 13-year-olds, but these 7-year-olds, these parents are giving them iPads at a baseball game, man.
Yeah, don't miss the game. Here,
Yeah,
get on your tablet.
watch YouTube, go on Instagram, go on Facebook, enjoy yourself. No, man, if I'm paying money for you to go into this game or you to go to Disney, I'm not taking an iPad for you to just to calm you down.
Yeah, man. Parents need to be
They
aware.
need to start
that
teaching their kids how to act in public
in
places.
social
environments.
and how to
man.
socialize that.
I agree.
And parents need to be aware that it's not just about being the kids being social with other people, but the bonding between the parent and the child, because parents can't relate to the child because they're on social media.
Yeah.
The child doesn't relate to the parent. They don't care what the parent likes. They don't understand why does my dad like baseball so much? Who cares about baseball?
Yeah.
They're just on social media getting likes about whatever post they're putting on, or their friends, and talking back and forth with their friends. And then the parents have zero awareness of what these kids are talking about on social media. They're talking about they can be talking about things that they shouldn't be talking about for their age. Inappropriate sexual things. Because unfortunately, the truth is, a lot of social media platforms are highly sexualized.
Yes.
Highly sexualized.
And that's when we go to this 13-year-old girl, like, yo, this is a 13-year-old girl looking like she's 18, 19 years old. Now, I understand why guys are saying these comments to this girl, because this girl's putting up provocative pictures, man, on videos.
For the likes, because she knows that
likes, and she's an influencer, so she's getting paid for all these sexual content that she's putting up, but yet the father's defending her daughter, which I understand, you gotta defend your daughter always, but you gotta teach her, what you're doing isn't right.
Yeah.
You're bringing in pedophiles to like you and to try to comment you.
You're underage.
And then they're gonna find you. If you got a hacker or someone that's gonna be able to find all your information where you live, they're gonna track you down, and they're gonna do something to you. You gotta teach them how to be more conservative on the way they post things, because you could be an influencer, but being more conservative on the way you dress, your outings and everything.
It has to be age appropriate, and they're not. Parents don't see it. Parents are not on their kids' phone. The parents are not going to be taking the kids' phone every day. Let me see what you post on social media.
Yeah.
But some parents don't have social media at all, which makes it worse. And it falls into that big category of zero awareness. Because at least some parents have a social media. They follow their kids.
Yeah.
But those kids, even though they have a social media, those parents are never on there because they're not really following anybody. They're not really, they're not interacting with the platform.
Yeah.
So they don't really understand it. They're like, I'm not gonna click on Instagram. They use your phones like how we used to when we were in middle school. Call, text, and that's it. They're not on there fucking messing around with social media all the time. So even though they follow their kid could be doing anything out there.
Yeah.
And they have zero awareness of it.
Yeah. Or
there's plenty of examples like that.
With the Kik app, man. The app Kik, the messenger. There's kids that message older men, like girls could message older men, or little kids, little boys messaging older women or men for money,
Yeah.
And that's their source of income, which is super fucking weird, man. Like, these kids, these little girls and little boys are throwing pictures and doing videos, sending it to these men, but the parents don't know what's going on, because because this is like an app that's really, it's Kik. So
yeah, and it's private. It's private.
It's a private thing where you can't really follow them, but you can't control it.
And there's a lot of problems with, like, there's so many apps out there, and maybe the parent knows what Instagram is, maybe know what the Facebook is. But there's so many other platforms of social media that are smaller, but just as bad. And parents are not gonna be scrolling through every single app and opening it to see what it is, and then they're like, oh no, that's parents just don't do that, and parents don't know how to figure out.
They should control.
Parents need to be more aware of what apps those kids have on their phone. Their kids have on their phone. How much time they're spending on social media. They need to restrict screen time. Like, they need to do more when they're doing, like, parent bonding stuff, or like take them out to a game or take them to a park. Leave electronics at home. The parent has the cell phone. If you're gonna go somewhere, the mom and dad have a cell phone, right? Hey, you're gonna go get a corn dog, or you're gonna go somewhere. Here, take mom's cell phone.
Yeah.
Call me if you need something. Come back.
Yeah.
But restrict. You gotta restrict, about being lenient because you can't be a dictator either. But parents just need to be more aware of
leave the
social media.
Take your phone, but leave your tablet at home.
Yeah, man.
Like, leave that because you're trying to bond with your kid at a baseball game, or you're trying to bond with family at Disney, and you see these kids in one of those push carts with the tablet stuck to their hands and stuck to their face, and all they're watching is just videos.
Yeah.
And they're not seeing what's in front of them. They're not seeing. They're not experiencing anything. They're just experiencing what's behind the screen. And parents nowadays have to have more control in that. And I get it. The world's changing.
The world's changing fast.
It's changing fast, and technology's coming. Yeah, it's changing real fast, and everything's coming out. But I sometimes agree with the old style thinking, where when you're with family, you're with family. So leave the phones and tablets on the side.
Yeah, all the important people are here.
Yeah.
Focus on these people. I could personalize and socialize physically with somebody, not just over Instagram, bro. People, unfortunately, we're all guilty of this, but people that are actually close friends with each other, right? You have a birthday, what does everybody do? Facebook. Happy birthday. If Facebook doesn't remind you, people don't know. Yeah. And nobody takes out the time to pick up the phone and be like, hey, yo, bro, how's it going? Happy birthday. What are your plans? You want to do something? I'm down. I'm there to hang out with you. Nobody does that, bro. Everybody's just, oh, happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday.
The good old days
or send you a text, happy birthday, and that's it. That's my reminder to you. I remembered about you, bro. Yeah.
The good old days of coming to your friend's house and playing cards, or going outside and playing kickball, or playing football outside. It's all said and done, man. You don't see those days anymore, man. When I see little kids do that, it brings me joy, because it still shows me that it's still alive, but it's dying out. It's starting to become extinct, because of video gaming and everything.
It's easy for parents to just throw a screen in their face, like we keep saying. They just, throw a screen in their face. Oh, just go to your room and just get on YouTube, get on your phone.
I put a lot of blame in
phones have everything. Yeah. Everything you need is on a phone.
I put a lot of blame in our generation doing that to their kids.
Yes, older millennials. Older millennials are in their 30s. Close to their 40s.
Because they do it to the kids because they want to try to get an escape and have their time. I get it. We all need our times, but you gotta be
Parents
a parent.
need to be aware, bro. Parents need to be aware. Technology is advancing very, very rapidly, and with this technology, it's not just technology. It's a technology that literally forms and reforms constantly society. It's a very social thing. It's not just social media, but technology in general is constantly changing society. And if parents aren't keeping up and being aware how this is affecting their children, this is where all the depression comes from. The suicide rates, like we talked in the previous episode. I mentioned very briefly about that case in the that two girls liked a same guy, right? And then one of the girls got her mom involved and created a fake Facebook profile with the kid, right? With the kid's images, stole his images, made a fake profile of him, added the second girl. Like I said, they had the little thing. They were had a little romantic talking on Facebook, build up a relationship through Facebook, right? And eventually, the mom used that account to then turn everything against her and call her a piece of shit, call her she's ugly, and this is where the cyberbullying comes in, and mentally attack her with all these negative comments and negative aspects of her life after telling her all these great things. Hearing this from somebody that you think likes you at a young age is very hard, bro. Kids don't know how to deal with that kind of rejection and that kind of negativity. And basically that mom eventually started saying how, hey, you should kill yourself. Your life sucks. All these things. Dude, that girl killed herself.
Yeah.
And this is a parent with a child attacking another child on social media. It's like if parents of that second girl that committed suicide were a bit more aware, a bit more connected on who is this girl talking to, who does she like,
why is she so
sad, what's going on with her life? Talk to her more. Try to be more involved on their social media to see what's actually happening. Put a connection out there. But parents don't, and they don't really see it because they don't see everything that's happening on social media. So they're like, oh, she's just sad, or and they don't really know. They don't talk to their kids about it, and really kind of force the kid to speak to them about it. And I know it's difficult. I'm not a parent. We're not parents, but
Yeah.
I know it's difficult. I've had a younger sister, and it's always been difficult for like me to really pull information out of her. But it does happen if you're just consistent. You're there. You keep going. They'll eventually. All right, look, this is what's really happening, and they'll give you little hints here and there, and they're waiting. They're waiting for that connection, for somebody to reach out to them. And unfortunately, that girl committed suicide.
Yeah.
Her parents weren't aware, and parents and another child were attacking this kid on social media.
Agreed.
These are all problems that people are not talking about.
Like the kids that commit suicide because of cyberbullying, these parents come out when it's way too late. They come out when it's way too late. Yeah, like your kid committed suicide, now you want to take action with cyberbullying.
Yeah, it's too late now.
It's too late. Your kid's gone.
Yeah, they want to prevent.
They want to prevent it, but no.
But
from what? No, you can't. You can't, because it's gonna happen, because it's social media and it's always gonna happen. But you gotta watch what's going on in your kid's life, man. You gotta understand that. All right, my kid is something happened. He was super happy. Why is he so depressed all of a sudden? There's red flags in that.
Yeah, man.
You have him. You're living a happy life. His kid's going outside, doing open things, hanging out with friends. Now he's stuck in his room, doesn't do anything. He's depressed, on his phone all the time because he's trying to get approval from his followers on social media, and all they're doing is telling him, "No, go kill yourself. You're shit. Your life is shit. Look at you. You're posting stupid shit. You don't do anything. You don't go out hiking. You don't go on boats. You don't go traveling. You don't do anything."
And it's not just that too. When obviously it happened when we were kids too, but there wasn't that social media aspect to it.
No, because we had the outlet.
There's relationships, right? There's relationships. There's little boyfriends and girlfriends here and there, and somebody does something, and it's very easy. It's very easy for a guy to be like, "Yeah, she's a whore. Yeah, we had sex," even though it's all lies. There's no proof. And a perfect example of it is a show called 13 Reasons Why.
Oh yes,
on
yes.
Netflix. First season.
First season.
That girl committed suicide for multiple reasons. There was a lot of things that influenced her. But one of the main things that was on there was how one of her little boyfriends posted a picture of up her skirt. He took a picture and he spread it out there.
Yeah.
People started. I don't know if people posted on social media or not, but then everybody on social media was, "You're a whore," commenting on her stuff, whore, whore, and that comes to the cyberbullying. You can't get away from that. They're in school and they're getting called whores, or they're getting called, assholes or whatever, or dorks or nerds. Because there's that other nerd that later in the season, what's his name? What was it, Jerry? No, it wasn't Jerry.
No.
The really skinny kid,
the photographer
kid. That kid was getting bullied, bro. That kid got raped in school, bro, and he was getting bullied hard, and not just.
I know it's just because he was a peeping Tom. Honestly, he was a peeping Tom. But after everything that came out, they started bullying him because that's wrong. That's what's wrong.
He was a weird kid. He was a weird kid, right?
If you're a weird kid, or even if you're not a jock and you're not popular or anything, you're gonna get bullied. You gotta portray at least one thing that people could relate to say, yeah, this kid, he's cool. He's all right. We're not gonna bully this kid.
But they don't, man.
But they don't.
They don't. And then in that show, it's portrayed a lot that the parents were not aware of what was happening.
Yeah.
Like the mom of the first girl that committed suicide was constantly saying, "If only we were more involved, we were more aware of what was happening." They had no clue that all these things that happened to her life. They had no clue that her daughter got raped. Had no clue that her daughter had witnessed another rape. That they were calling her a whore. That they were treating her like shit. They had no idea this was happening.
Yeah.
And it's difficult. I know it's difficult. I'm not blaming parents like.
Parents are the issue. No, but it's not that. It's just that they need to be more involved.
But parents need to be more. It's just awareness
to be more involved
topic.
Because, man, kids don't know what's life. They don't.
They don't understand.
They don't understand. They don't know how to deal with it. They think, okay, my only escape is committing suicide. No, there's a lot of ways you could get out of depression.
Suicide is never the answer.
It's not.
You can fight depression. You talk to people.
Yeah.
Medications. Whatever it is.
It's another one because I don't really believe in the medications because it brings up a lot of suicidal thoughts. Because
yes, medications have a lot of side effects and stuff, but at least start somewhere.
Start somewhere. Talk to someone.
Start somewhere.
I think the biggest key if you're depressed, talk to someone. Talk to your best friend. Maybe your best friend could relate to you, or even if you don't want to talk to your best friend, talk to your cousin. Talk to
Yeah,
your little
man.
brother, your little sister, your parents.
Find an adult.
Find
Find
an
an
adult
adult
that's gonna-
that's a mutual party. It's not your parent. It's not one of your friends' parents.
Yeah.
Some kind of mutual adult
Counselors
in
in school.
school. But I mean,
Or teachers.
excuse me. Perfect example in that show was the counselor sucked.
The counselor did suck,
The
man.
counselor sucked and was not aware of what was happening and didn't know how to relate.
I
to
just
that
think
moment.
he didn't really care about the
He didn't
kids at that
put
point,
the
you know?
effort in to really get in on those cases.
Yeah.
That happens, you know.
It happens. You know, not everybody's
people
perfect
have,
out
people
there.
have problems in their personal life. Here comes this girl crying about whatever, you know. People are bullying me. And sometimes you have personal issues and you're just like, I'm just not up for that right now. But you never know how deep those issues truly go.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
so if it's not your counselor, you know, maybe it's your baseball coach. Maybe it's a coach from some type of sport that you play. Maybe it's I don't know, somebody, maybe, you know, you're old enough that where you're working, you know, you're 17, 18,
Yeah.
and you're working, you know, somebody at your job that you can talk to, that maybe more of a adult figure, you know, find somebody
Yeah.
and talk
Oh
to them.
shit! Like yesterday, I went and played golf yesterday with my friend, and I haven't seen this guy in forever. You know, we're close friends and all, but he's one person I know I could talk to because I know he's always gonna be there for me, man. Like I haven't had a rough time or anything, but it was just a man-to-man talk
Yeah,
where we were talking about what's going on and trying to get to understand what's going on in our lives, and we're giving each other advice.
yeah,
And I think that's good. If you have someone you're able to talk to about your problems and he can talk about his problems, you guys are able to relate and be able to understand each other and be able to give each other advice, that goes a long way.
it does, man. A lot of people don't have somebody, and not just people. I want to focus on this. Also involves kids.
Yeah.
Kids don't have somebody to talk to about the
They
problem. Nobody at the age in high school or middle school is talking about, are you happy? You know, nobody. Even as adults, if you don't hang out with somebody, you go, oh, how are you? How's it going? How's your
Because-
life? But no, and people are like, oh, it's okay, it's good. You know, we're good. We're good. Hey, things are good. But
Yeah.
nobody, that good doesn't really mean I'm happy.
Yeah.
It means, it could also mean, yeah, my life is shit, but I'm gonna front about it. I'm gonna say, yeah, we're good, man. I don't wanna be the downer. I don't wanna be the
Yeah.
guy that's like, man, my life sucks, man. You know, I hate this, I hate that. I'm depressed. You know, I have anxiety. I have
But
anxiety.
the kids in
Nobody
high
wants to talk
school-
about it,
Yeah.
and nobody takes the time to be like, to kind of catch those cues of like, dude, is your life really good, or you know, are you having some type of problem?
Yeah,
You
because
can-
these kids,
you
what they
can tell them.
come off of is
People
social
need-
media. They think everything's fine with this person because all their posts is
Mhm.
the kid looks happy in social media. I could even put myself in that situation. I had an ex girlfriend of mine. We posted pictures and everything. We looked super happy. Everybody's like, "Oh, you guys look perfect together. You guys are perfect. You guys are gonna get married." But out of those pictures, it was a horrible relationship, man. Just because we were both photogenic in the pictures,
Yeah.
and we looked good, we looked happy, but after the screen,
Yeah, it was crap.
it was crap, man.
Right?
It was crap. It was arguments every day, jealousy, everything,
Yeah.
verbal abuse, everything, man. You know,
Things that people don't see.
people that don't see, and then when you break up, people are like, "Man, what happened? You guys look so happy in those pictures." I'm like, and I was telling them, "Yeah, we looked happy,
Yeah.
but you guys got to look deeper into the screen, look past that screen."
Yeah, man. Nobody ever came up to you that hung out with you and was like, is everything really good, bro?
Yeah,
good?
nobody, because
nobody
what
wants.
you portray on social media is what people believe,
Yep.
and that's just a small 5% look into your life,
Yep.
and it's not a big this is what's the issue is. No,
Exactly.
it's just a small percentage of your life you're posting up.
Exactly. People don't understand how important that is, man. Like, as I gotten older, you know, everybody battles with some kind of depression in their life. You know, there's things about life. Life is hard, man. There's things like my life doesn't turn out the way I wanted it to be, and here and there, and you know, sometimes I've noticed. I'm like, somebody asks me, "Yeah, how's life?" And I'm like, "Things are good, man."
Yeah.
But things aren't as good as that word means, good, and nobody goes and says, "Hey, man, you know, it's okay if it's not." You know, like if you got a problem, you can tell
Yeah,
me.
you can
We
talk to
we
me.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Bro, and that's so important, bro. Those two little sentences, bro, are so important. And you're like, hey, bro, this guy, you know, actually has some cares about me or something, you know. And maybe that's the guy that I never thought I would say to, but I say it to them. I talk to them. They give me some kind of advice. It might not be the best. They're not the best counselors or whatever. But it's just a little bit of hope of like, there's people out there to talk to.
Yeah.
but kids don't have that, and that's a big problem.
Because
Kids don't understand those things. Kids aren't asking other kids, how's life? Oh, life is good. Look at my social media. Life's amazing. I'm super happy. Oh my god, happy. All the girls posting their little
Of
pics.
course,
Happy. You know, the guys. Oh yeah, you know, they're working out. You know, they're doing a little thing. They're taking off the little shirts, have the little six pack.
These guys are all taking steroids and stuff.
No, we're not even talking about steroids. We're talking about like little kids, man. We're
Oh,
talking
little
about,
kids.
like,
Okay, yeah.
Like 12, 13,
Okay, yeah.
14-year-old kids. They, you know, they're like skinny, so they have those like little skinny abs, and they're like.
I took those pictures when I was little because I'm super skinny, so throughout life I took pictures without my shirt because I had the six pack and you know.
And kids and people see kids, right? Adults see kids and they're like, there's no way a kid's depressed.
Yeah.
A kid's what a kid's gotta be depressed about? They don't have real problems. They don't got bills to pay. They don't got responsibilities.
That's the problem with the parents.
Because they don't
say
understand
that.
social media.
Yeah.
The parents say that because they don't understand the pressure on social media, the peer pressure. You know, they always talk about, oh, you know, be careful of peer pressure. They're gonna make you, you know, when you get into high school, they're gonna make you do drugs. You can say no. They were always so aware of that kind of peer pressure, but they don't understand the peer pressure that exists on social media. Of people, you know, constantly criticizing your lifestyle, constantly criticizing you as a person, just based on how many followers, how many likes you get per post, what kind of post do you have, and all these things are. People look at that and they quickly analyze you, and they're like, oh, this kid's cool, this kid's not cool, this kid's a dork.
Yeah.
Look what he posts about.
Look,
you know?
we could go back to when we were in high school, before social media came out, but we'll go to peer pressure. You know how all these cool kids supposedly were all going to parties, all on MySpace, posting pictures of MySpace about parties and stuff. I'm one of those kids. Yeah, I was a baseball player. I wasn't the most popular kid, but I was well known in school.
Yeah.
But I never went to these parties because I'm not the type of person to be at parties, and I don't know. I'm kind of more of a lonerish.
Yeah.
And I like my time to myself and all that. But I had girls tell me, you're like somewhat of a dork because you don't go to parties. And I would look at them like, I'm not a dork. Just because I don't go to parties doesn't mean I'm a dork or a nerd or anything. Like, I would tell them, get your shit straight, man. I'm a baseball player. I do whatever I want when I want. If I don't want to go to a party, I don't have to go to a party.
Yeah.
Like, just because all the popular people went and I'm missing out, it doesn't really mean I'm missing out. It's just a little party.
Yeah, don't be plenty more.
Yeah.
Don't be more. I don't gotta go to every single
I
party.
don't gotta go to every single party to be fucking cool, you know?
People respect more a leader than a follower.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with social media. It creates only followers. Everybody follows
no one's a leader.
somebody.
Yeah.
But nobody's a leader. Everybody's following the same trends. Everybody's following somebody.
I agree. Even the influencers follow people because they gotta change their ways to get more followers.
Of course, bro.
If they see a new post that's getting more followers than or more views or anything, they're gonna try to copy a little something of what they're doing. Because there's a video of I forgot what the guy's called. You remember the little girl with the whole? It's like a song. She was wearing those little glasses, super long curly hair.
You're talking about the little Chinese girl that has a lot of money. Is always.
No, not that one. It's like an old video when Vine was a thing.
I don't know.
But one of the guys, like one of the influencers, he was talking about, I copied a little bit of that because
they all copy off each other.
Because
nobody's
she has so many videos, so many followers, and so many views
that
I thought, let me make a little parody of it because it's gonna get me more followers.
People don't understand. People respect more a leader, and it's tough to be a leader because leaders usually sometimes are, you're against what everyone else is doing, and they're like, oh man, like. This guy is not part of the crowd. Like one of the big things I want to kind of, not a big thing, but I want to bring it up a little bit is like the vaping and the smoking of weed at younger ages, right?
Yeah.
At 13, everybody's vaping now, so all these high school kids are starting to vape, and it's like if you don't vape, you're not a cool guy. And bro, sometimes it takes more balls to be a leader. Be like, yo, I don't smoke because I don't like it. I'm not gonna do it just because everyone else is doing it. Yeah. And if the girl that wants to get with you, at that age, those kids need to understand that if a girl really wants to be with you, she's gonna be with you because of who you are. Yeah. So if you're like, hey, I don't like smoking. If you want to be with me because you don't want to be with me because I don't smoke, go ahead, bro. I'll find another girl that's gonna like me for who I am. And people respect that. And there was always that mutual respect growing up. It's like you don't always have to be a follower, but nowadays that's lost in social media. Yeah. Everybody needs to be on the bandwagon. If not, you're left out. people don't see you as a leader. People see you as a loser.
Yeah, like when Jules first came out, man. When Jules first came out, everyone had a Juul.
Yeah.
Everyone, high school kids, freshmen in college, to older people, man.
Yeah.
And
It's the cool thing.
it was a cool thing. I was like, man, I was like, what's the whole point of the Juuls? Like, I get it. It looks like a little USB thing. It's super discreet, super simple, but these kids don't understand the harm that they're actually doing because you're not 18. These products are sold to 18-year-olds. You're not 18. You're 15,
you're
16.
a kid, bro.
And you have a Juul, and
parents.
parents don't know what's going on.
They don't know what that is. Oh, it's just vape. It's just water molecules.
Or I would tell my parents, yeah, this is just it's like a USB. It's like a USB.
Because they don't know, man. They don't know, and they're not aware. And it's
because it looks like it, man.
Yeah.
If you look at it, it's a small little thing. It looks like a USB port. So you could just say, yeah, it's a USB port.
People gotta get online.
Stick it on here, bang.
Parents gotta get online, bro. Do research. Whatever they want to find out, they can find it out online.
Yeah.
But, you know, parents weren't raised with the internet. Internet is not their thing, so that's not their primary source to go find information.
That's the thing. Like when internet came out and we adapted to the internet, our parents
didn't.
Still to today probably don't know how to type correctly or even search up the internet how it should be.
My parents struggle to use the internet.
My parents too. Like my parents, they got a phone. They search up stuff on the internet, but they don't know how to use it correctly. They don't understand. They struggle.
They struggle. And it's so hard for them, so they just don't do it.
Yeah, so they just say, screw it.
They don't do it.
Screw it. Like, you
said that's a USB, even though I think that's not a USB. They're not gonna take the time. They're like, I'm not gonna fucking leave this up. I'll take his word for it.
Yeah. Because they're not gonna know what the name is because they're not searching for that.
Yeah, that's where it builds all that disconnection between parents and kids, and parents following and staying on trends with technology and how it handles with society.
Yeah.
Kids back in our day weren't smoking as much as they are now.
No.
And kids now,
and it's all tobacco products. Tobacco products.
With the vaping thing, dude, 17-year-old kid almost died, lung failure, bro.
Why? Because they have no self-control on vaping.
Yeah.
What they're doing is when they're vaping constantly, and this is the cool thing. So I'm a vape, get rid of a cartridge in a day, have a new cartridge the next day. So they have no self-control, because I vape every now and then, but I don't do it how these kids are doing it.
It's non-stop, bro.
It's non-stop. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They hit the Juul pen, or even just a regular a mod, and they hit it till the cartridge is empty.
Yeah, man. There's more vape smoke in their lungs than there is oxygen. It's like after every 3 words they're hitting it. And hitting it. It's like, bro.
Yeah.
Like you gotta breathe oxygen, relax.
Yeah. I agree.
It's not like that. That's the difference between back in the day with cigarettes. You smoke a cigarette runs out, and people don't smoke that inside anymore. So you gotta be going outside. So people take more of a chill. Even though people smoke a lot, there's chain smokers, but you gotta be going outside constantly. Vape pens,
you can hit that inside anywhere and
all day.
You can hit that anywhere you want throughout the day.
Exactly, because it doesn't have that smell of cigarettes. So you're smoking vape, you're vaping inside, you're inside your car, anywhere, man, anywhere. I remember I was in college and there was a kid vaping in front of me, bro, puffing clouds of smoke. The professor was like, hey, this is a class. You do that shit outside. Kids don't understand it.
They think just because it doesn't smell like a cigarette.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't bother anybody.
It smells like blueberries,
Yeah, it doesn't bother anybody. It doesn't smell bad. There's a time and place for everything, but
we'll go back right now to how people are faking their lives on.
Yeah, let's get back to that topic, please.
Yeah, we'll go to the topic right now where people are faking their lives on social media.
Yeah, bring up those articles that you showed me.
There's an article right out that just came out of a influencer that she fakes her life, and her landlady is exposed her for the reality of her apartment. Her apartment's filled with dog shit, bro. And exposed this girl. This landlord went into her apartment and exposed how nasty this fucking girl is. But yet she's going to these high-end restaurants, possibly faking, just throwing pictures and leaving.
It's so easy to Photoshop things nowadays,
Yeah.
but yeah. To that example, these people are influencers, right? So all these younger kids are following these people and they're like, wow, like
They got
this
great
is the
lives.
life that I want. I want to be like them. I want to be like him or her, where I just go out and take pictures and go to restaurants and people
Yeah.
pay me and I have all these followers and I get all these likes and I get all the comments and I'll get all the fan love, and, you know, and I can build my life. I don't need to go to college. I can be like them.
I can be
Then
like
they,
them, yeah.
they throw their life away trying to be this person, and then they don't realize this person is completely a fraud.
Yeah.
This person's life
She's
sucks.
living in a nasty environment in her house, full of dog shit, bro. Like, how can you live in a place
That's
filled
crazy.
with dog shit, man? Like, ugh. I see my dog take a crap, I go ahead and I pick that shit up right on the spot because it smells horrible. You know, you go off and you get it, throw it away. It's simple. You don't have to just leave it there.
Yeah, man. They're disgusting. So in that case, that girl's disgusting, right?
Yeah.
Her apartment's completely trashed. I saw the article. Completely trashed.
Yeah.
Right? It was a gigantic mess. Like in the article said, she tried to hire professionals to come and clean her apartment, and the professionals rejected cleaning her apartment.
Yeah, because it's
How
it's-
horrible does it have to be for a professional cleaning service to say, no, I'm sorry, we're not gonna do that. That's way too much of an extreme to go clean.
Yeah.
So, and this girl's out there living like she's dressing these fancy dresses, going to these fancy places, all these followers, and they think they have this girl that has this great life, lives in this great place, and it's all fake. She lives in a
Yeah, she
shitty
lives in a
apartment.
shitty apartment
That's
full of dog
literally
shit.
filled with shit.
Yeah.
Literally a shitty apartment, and
Yeah.
and you know
You're just amazed, like,
it's like wow, you know. And another thing that article reminds me of is a big thing now. It's not just Instagram models, right? But these e-girls. These, you know what those are? E-girls.
e-girls?
Yeah, they're like electronic. They're like a virtual. They're a virtual girl that they're like models, but they post like nudes. And they post very provocative pictures
Yeah.
in their normal open social media, but then they have private Snapchats, they have private Instagrams.
Oh, yeah,
they have,
how
they
they-
have private Twitters.
like a Snapchat premium type of deal.
Yeah,
type
yeah,
of
and
thing.
then they're like, hey, look, like they post like pictures in cosplay, you know what that is?
Yeah, I know what cosplay
they- with their tits all out and all their ass and all that stuff, but things that are still manageable on social media.
Yeah.
And then they're like, if you want to see more, exclusive
Come over
stuff,
here.
come over here. And then there's all these guys paying a boatload of money
know.
to these girls.
That's the one thing I don't understand. Yo, you're paying so much money.
This girl doesn't care
Yeah,
about
just
you.
get on your internet and watch porn, and that's it. You know, porn is free. There's websites that it's free, but you're gonna pay a girl.
Because they're
Money.
they're smart. Because these girls, their marketing tactic is they build like a fake relationship with these people, right? You're my followers. Oh, I love my followers.
Oh,
she
yeah.
she replies.
They call you, you're my daddy, and all that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But I'm just amazed because like.
They reply to all their comments, right? They reply to their comments. They have their little moments. Oh, like today I'm gonna DM people directly back, and so they build this fake life with them, and then
Yeah.
these guys fall for the trap, and they're just constantly sending money.
Constantly
but
throwing
the
money
problem
away.
isn't the guy spending the money.
No.
That's a different issue.
That's a different issue, but I just
what
don't
I want to
understand
bring
that
up,
part.
what I want to bring up about those people, and is what we've been talking about, is a lot of these girls then end up posting about how depressed they are, about how they have mental issues, about
Yes.
oh sorry I can't post today because you know I'm having a mental breakdown. You know, all these girls, even though they post all these provocative pictures, they fake their life to be this amazing, happy. You know, I'm a hot girl. All these guys want me. Yet they're super depressed. They have mental issues constantly, and they don't. That shit doesn't get
Yeah.
brought up to light. So it just goes back to how perfect of an example it is to all these other things that we've been talking about. Is these girls that are making it their living. This is their life to be these type of girls online to get these guys. They got to put up this fake life constantly
Yeah.
about how great it is. And even though they have all these guys that want them, the interaction over the internet is not fulfilling to the human being. And no matter how much money they get sent, no matter how many likes and comments they get, no matter how many
Doesn't make them
followers they
happy.
have, it doesn't make them happy.
Because
They
their
end-
life is
they
a
end
whole.
up they end up depressed. They end up with mental issues. They actually living a shitty life.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's crazy that all
Yeah.
these things are happening.
It's like right now, there's a company in Russia that you go out and rent a photo shoot session in a fake private jet.
How crazy is that, bro?
I'm gonna go off over to Russia and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go take a photo shoot in a private jet, man. You know, I want all my followers to see I'm taking a. None of my followers are gonna believe that shit.
I mean, not us, because there's people that we really because people actually know us, but like people create fake accounts and then they get followers.
They do all these
people
fake
that don't
things,
know, and then they post up like they're starting a business, like hustling, and they're it's paying off, and they take all these posed pictures.
Guys that are like you know about cryptocurrency, you're a big follower on that, but people starting off. Yes. How fake are those guys,
bro? All those companies are fake, bro. All those cryptocurrency.
Look, I got a guy that messaged me on Facebook, and he wants me to go do all these things. He's like, yeah, my life is great. I'm making this as much money. Like, you gotta come to these interviews so you could events so you could just learn. There's no way I'm going to one of those things. 'Cause first of all, I got you for that. I got you to teach me what I need to learn about cryptocurrency, but I don't need to go to these events because I know this guy's life is completely fucking hacked and completely full of shit. You know? Like, I don't understand that. Like, don't message me with that, man.
I get those people all the time because obviously the next topic we're going to talk about is how social media tracks you and these things. So a perfect example of that is right now is when we're talking about this on Instagram. I follow a few pages that give out cryptocurrency news, right?
Yeah.
And they're pretty valid news. I validate them. I look up articles. I'm very big in that sector. So I see that it's true. So I follow these pages. They're actually posting correct, and I don't always have time to actually be looking up articles of the latest news. But because I follow these profiles, these Instagram profiles about cryptocurrencies, I get hit up with all these people that are investors, entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah.
And I get hit up with them. Hey, you want to make $1,000? If you invest $1,000 with me, you'll get another extra 1,000 in 2 months, guaranteed. Yeah. And I get hit up constantly. Yeah. They try to add me. They try to message me, and since my things on private or whatever, all these messages are just stacking up, and they don't see that. And I see it, but it's all the same script, bro. It's all the same script.
Because I'm an
entrepreneur. I can get you money. Are you looking for any opportunities? This is not like they're a legit business. Yeah. These are all the people.
And these guys are coming out with their name, Randy Lopez. I got a great opportunity for you. It's like, man.
These are the same people that go and then post pictures on these like fake airplanes.
And they go and they rent out a Lambo. They go rent out a freaking. They go rent out these cars.
Go rent a Lambo, bro.
Yeah, I can go rent out an exotic car. The only reason I want to go rent out a car is because I want to go racing.
They buy a little bullshit suit, and then some watch, and then they post on their Lambo like they're on their laptop.
Yeah.
And I'm such a business.
Like sometimes I really want to ask them, where'd you get your suit from? Right? I got an Armani suit, man. Where'd you get your suit? I'm not a big influencer. I'm not trying to fake shit. I got an Armani suit. But where'd you get your fucking fake suit from? You went to Burlington and bought that shit? There you go.
Anybody has a credit card, bro, throw that money.
And these guys are the ones that never pay their credit cards.
Yeah, and then create all this fake profile life of how much of an entrepreneur that. Look where I started. Look at me now.
Yeah.
Just 6 months later, just a year later. Look at me now. I can get you here in 3 months. I already know everything. I can give you all the tips you need. Sign up for my course. I'll teach you all the things you need.
But then the courses are fucking $1,000.
It's all crap, bro. It's all crap.
Yeah.
It's all this fake life. Anybody can set up a fake profile with all these fake pictures and these fake airplanes, all this crap, and make themselves look like this big ass entrepreneur making a boatload of money, and they sucker you in, bro.
Yeah. And then you lose all your money because you thought this guy was gonna make you a lot more money.
And these are adults, bro. These are adults creating this fake life.
Yeah.
Imagine what kids are doing on social media, bro.
Yeah, of course. These kids don't understand the repercussions of faking your life. They
don't understand the real issues that all these things have. They don't have the mental capacity to process how this thing actually influences their life and how it separates them from their parents. Kids that are super addicted, they can't relate to their parents about anything. Oh, you want to come watch this TV show with me? They sit down. Let's say they do sit down, right? They say, yeah, okay. They sit on the couch and they're just watching. Are you watching? Yeah. And they're just scrolling. You can ask them 2 questions, bro. What just happened? They don't know. They're not really paying attention. You can't be on your phone and being watching a movie or watching a TV show. I hate when girls do it. You're on a date or you're with your girlfriend and you're like, oh, let's watch this movie. Okay.
I can tell you.
Are you watching the movie or you're on your phone? No, I'm watching.
Yeah, I can tell you. I had this one great date, man. We hung out. We didn't bring up the phones. the entire time we were together. And I appreciated that because she showed interest. She showed she wasn't bored with me.
Yeah.
I showed that I wasn't bored with her. I loved it. You know, I had a great time because phones distract everyone, man.
Exactly.
It distracts you from the person, from the conversation, from everything. So I took it as, this is a great date because we didn't talk about
man.
the phones at all.
If-
we
if
didn't
I'm
grab the
hanging out
phones
with
or anything.
somebody-
Like don't get me wrong, I got updates on baseball games. I got your text messages about the podcast. I got my parents calling me, texting me, oh, where are you? What are you doing?
But there's a time and place for
But
everything.
there's a time and place for everything. I put my phone aside and I didn't pay attention to it one bit because I wanted to get to know this girl 100%. You know? Like
Exactly.
I appreciated that. I appreciated the fact that I was able to get to know this person on a deeper level instead of going through social media.
And we just want to prove that he can pour a beer.
Yeah, I can. Last time was a little fluke. It's never gonna happen again, you know?
We were drinking a little bit too much last time.
We had a little too much fun before that, you know, the Dolphins game and everything, even though they suck. But I could pour a beer, you know? I'm not a bartender, but I could pour a beer.
But yeah, man, back to what we were talking about. If I'm hanging out with somebody, whether it's a girl, a guy, a friend, whatever,
Yeah.
and this person is on their phone every 2 seconds texting back somebody else, I'm gonna cut that conversation short.
Of course.
This guy is not interested. I'm not gonna be dealing with, oh yeah, these short, quick answers.
Yes.
They're over here still texting, then they're done. They say 2 sentences, another little vibrate,
And they grab it.
and
Yeah.
they're all right, you're more interested in that conversation, so I'm gonna let you have your thing, and I'm gonna go talk to somebody else,
Yeah.
or I'm gone. I'm not gonna deal with that.
Yeah, man. I hate the fact that when you're hanging out with friends, all of them have the phone out. Or when you go out to dinner, you know, you go out to
a
dinner.
bar, anywhere, but they're always
And
on
they're
the
all
phone.
on the phone,
Oh,
you know.
I gotta post this on social media.
Yeah.
Selfie.
Because that's what
boomerang.
everybody wants. Everybody wants to portray what they're doing. They want to show, I'm out today. I want everybody to know I'm out today.
Yeah.
No, man, just who cares about posting once every month, once every fucking few months? Social media isn't such a big platform that should run your life.
There's nothing wrong with posting. There's nothing wrong with having a social media, but don't be that person that you constantly have to update your profile every 2 seconds.
everything you do.
Everything you do to
Or everything you're eating.
Yeah, to portray your life is like,
Yeah.
have your own. There's a thing called privacy. Learn to value that.
Yes.
You don't need to post every single time you go out to the bar. You don't need to post every single time you're out with your friends. You don't need to post every time you're at dinner. Every time you dress up to go somewhere. You don't need to do that. People, that fake, you don't need that fake validation in your life.
You know, I had one relationship where we never took pictures when we went out. Every time we got back from vacation or something, we're like, man, we should have took pictures. But you really think about it, it's like, I prefer that lifestyle, man. I prefer the lifestyle where I don't have to throw my life in everybody's face so they can see that I'm happy. I don't need people's approval for what I'm doing or if I'm happy or not. Let your life be a little mysterious, man. I think that's a better. It's like Doug Coe says, invisibility brings power.
Exactly, bro. I go out with my girl. We go out all the time. We take pictures. I hardly ever post anything. We go on vacations. I might post one picture, and it's a 2-week vacation. I post one picture. I'm not posting a picture every day.
Me too.
I'm on vacation,
Yeah.
or an entire blog of pictures.
Yeah.
I post 1-2 pictures at most. I respect the privacy that we have in our life.
Yes.
People don't need to know everything that we're doing all the time.
Shoot, I went to Dominican Republic with one of my ex-girlfriends, and the only pictures we took was when we went on a buggy excursion. Those were the only pictures we had of the entire week we were there.
Mm-hmm.
I respected that, man. I respected the fact that we didn't have to show off to everyone. Yeah, we're in Dominican Republic. We're having this great time. Yeah, I did have a good time, but I thought it was a better time that we didn't have our phones with us 24/7. The only time we took it was when we went on that buggy excursion.
Yeah, that's normal.
And
Normal.
it was a great fucking trip, man. It was a great trip, and I appreciate that probably from the only part of our relationship.
That's normal, man. But the people that are constantly having to be posting are the people that need all this fake validation. They need all the likes.
The
They need all this
approval.
crap.
They
You know,
need
they're
fake
the ones
approval.
that live that fake life of like, look how great my life is all the time.
Yeah.
And bro, it's like, hey, are you trying to hide something that your life isn't great? So you're trying to overcompensate with this fake Instagram life?
It's like they say, men with big trucks, what are they overcompensating themselves for? You know, it's the same thing with social media. You're posting all these things. What are you trying to overcompensate for, man?
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to overcompensate that you got a shit life, but you want everybody to think, oh, you're living like this, you're living like a king.
Let's talk. I want to jump into the next topic where we talk about the Black Mirror episode.
Oh, the social media credit.
Where all this is gonna lead to if people are not aware of what's really happening. Right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about how in Black Mirror, which is a great show, I recommend to anybody on Netflix.
Agreed.
That's definitely a great show to open your mind to see the problems that exist in the future. Man, I'm telling you, you gotta watch that show.
Yeah, I gotta watch. I've seen a little bit. I've seen probably 2 episodes, but the one episode we're gonna talk about, I did watch.
Yeah. But you gotta watch the show.
Yeah.
That show it opens up your mind, dude. So man, like we were talking about in this episode, man, social media can lead to a point that it's basically a social rating, and the whole life in that episode revolves on social media. Around every interaction you have somebody, you rate them. Just kind of an Uber driver. You got off on Uber, rate them 5 stars or 2 stars. Whatever.
And it affects them. If you put a 1 star, and like that Uber driver just has a 1 star, they give you options. Oh, this guy has 1 star. I don't want this guy because he might be a little creep.
Yeah.
You know?
And it affects your life. So in that episode, it led to a point where that overall rating that you had was your social status, what kind of stores you can go into, and what kind of places you can rent cars from.
Yeah.
It was like a credit score. So if you don't have a good credit, you can't buy cars from certain car dealers. You know, you gotta go to shittier car dealers to make some shitty deal. You know, what kind of airplane tickets you can get on the seats, first class or not, all depending on that overall rating, whether you can get or not a ticket at all.
Yeah.
And then they're like, this girl, you made a tantrum in a show somewhere or in a public area, everybody starts downgrading you.
Well, even
security,
the way you look at someone, walking down the street, that person is gonna be like, you didn't look at me right.
Show, dude.
I mean,
in that show, they have like those things in their eyes that they can see the
rating floating over their head.
So you see this guy with a low rating coming, you're like,
oh, this guy's sketchy.
Yeah, this guy's sketchy. Let's avoid him. They're like, oh, wow, look at them. Look at him. He used to be a 4 or a 5 or whatever the ratings were. Or they were like an 8 or a 10. It was up to a 10, I think. It was, this guy used to be an 8. Look at him now. He's a 4. Oh my God, this guy's life is horrible. Oh, let's avoid him. Let's
not give him anything.
Let's not talk to him.
Or you walk by him, let me just keep on giving him a low rating.
Yeah. Just because you're a low rating, they give you a low rating.
No, it shouldn't be like
friendships are based on that. It's like, I'm not gonna associate myself with
because my ratings are gonna go down.
Yeah, I'm an 8, so I only associate with myself with 8s.
8s and higher.
Yeah. Lowest I'll go is like a 7.5, and that's like at work. Like kind of people I deal with. It influenced the jobs that they got.
Yeah.
You know, she got fired from her job because of her low rating.
Yeah.
And all these things. You know, she got invited to a wedding, and the whole episode is about her trying to struggle to get to the wedding, and her rating keeps dropping. And once the bride saw her rating on that it was so low, she was like, "Hey, you're not invited anymore. Your rating's too low. I can't have you at my wedding. It's gonna make me look bad in front of all the other."
But that's the problem with today's age is if you go out to a place with a group of people and you don't have that many followers or anything.
Yeah, you see little glimpses of
that in our society.
In our society.
Like if you don't have this many likes on a certain amount of posts or something, people are gonna be like, she didn't get this.
Yeah,
she's got this little something wrong with this person because she doesn't got many followers.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Not so much for like us that are regular people, but like the bigger influencers. They hang out with influencers. They have their own social circles.
Yeah, their own social credit. They got their own social credit. If you don't got a certain amount of likes or views on a certain post or anything or on all your posts, you're not an elite influencer.
Yeah, bro. Right now, if you try to go get a deal with a company, a hotel, anything, to promote them on your social media, you got like 800 followers. You go to them, they're like, nope, that's not gonna happen. You gotta have 10K or above
to
be officially some type of influencer, and then in between that, between the 10,000 and the people that have millions,
Yeah.
there's a whole ranking system, man. Of you're not that good yet, so I'm not gonna give you as good of a deal as I'm gonna give somebody with a bigger rating. And I know it's all business now, but that's gonna eventually build to become a bigger issue. Like if we can get to it be like that episode, life could end up like that
If we don't change shit around, man.
and people don't become
don't change
aware.
the mentality
The
of
mentality,
that social
yes.
media should be on the back burner, man. Social media should go back to how it was back in the day before we had internet. You know what? It's alright. It's whatever.
It's
But
a,
people
it's
are
a
just
thing
so addicted to
for
it, man.
fun,
People get
you know,
addicted to it.
It's a little like
A source of entertainment.
yeah, it's a
You
little
know?
it's a little collage. The way I think about it in my life is my Instagram, Facebook. It's a little collage and reminder of my life.
Yeah.
But it's not for other people's validation, so I don't need to post every single second.
Yeah,
I don't need
no.
to post every single thing I do
At all.
all day long. I don't want to be an influencer or none of that stuff. Like that's not my goal in life. That's not my goal with social media. So, like these other people, that's what they strive for. And
Yeah.
people throw away
Yeah.
their entire lives. They don't go to college. They don't do anything because they dedicate to themselves to only being an influencer.
shit.
And what happens if you don't make it, man?
Yeah. Why would you don't make it? Yeah. Like there's a kid.
Social
on,
media is
on,
only getting more complex
there's a
every
kid,
time.
There's an episode I saw of Dr. Phil where the kid wants to be a social media influencer. He started his YouTube channel in January, and in March he had his interview with Dr. Phil. He posts one video up, but yet his mom was giving him $1,000 a month, so he could go ahead and buy all the clothes he wants and do whatever he wants. But yet the mom doesn't have
Yeah.
a fucking place to live.
Yeah, so this kid has no job. No, he dedicates his life just to this crap. And,
Well,
and
he doesn't even have a post out, man. He posted one video, deleted it, and hasn't done anything. But yet he still says he wants to be an influencer
yeah,
with nothing.
with nothing. I mean, dude, I love the podcast that we're doing, and you know, it's a great thing to do, but it's just fun.
It's just for fun.
If
you
it
know?
if it goes
If it goes
somewhere,
up,
if
it
it goes
goes up.
somewhere, and it leads somewhere financially, awesome. If it doesn't matter. We're still pushing content out there. The whole point of this podcast is to just throw out topics and bring awareness to people about topics that people don't talk about, topics that people don't think about every day, but they're actual problems in society.
It's like what I want to be is I want to be that guy that what I say is what our people are scared of what people are scared of saying.
Yeah, man. People are like, oh man, it's
No.
not politically correct to talk about
No,
that.
that's where it all goes to social media. People are trying to be politically correct
About
for social
everything,
media.
About everything.
You know, they all gotta follow one thing. They all gotta do one thing. It's like if something tragically happens, prayers for something. I hate that. That's
bullshit.
the biggest BS. Because what is your fake prayer gonna do? If you wanna do something,
If you
do something about
if
it.
you told me, these people are actually religious, are actually out there praying, but these people aren't.
No.
Nobody's actually sitting down to put a prayer.
They're not
in.
actually praying. They're just typing it up because everyone's doing
just
it,
words,
and that's
bro.
just the words,
They're
and
just
that's
words.
just the trend that everybody follows.
Like a few years ago when there was that giant massacre in France.
Yeah.
Everybody posted their Facebook picture with the
France flag, yeah.
on it. It's like, prayers for France. None of you people are praying for
None of
France.
you.
None of you people even know what
Or
really
even
happened.
the massacre that happened in Orlando.
Prayers for Orlando.
Prayers for Orlando.
And it's like none of those people are praying. None of those people. Some of those people are not even aware of what actually happened.
Yeah.
They don't see the news.
Some of the
They
people
just-
aren't even religious at all.
They just see everybody else doing it. So let me do it so I can look just as good as
Sorry.
them. It looks like I'm actually aware.
I'm
of
a
the
part.
I'm
I'm a part of the issue.
one of the biggest keywords. I'm woke.
I'm woke.
I'm
yes.
woke. Oh,
Yes,
bro.
bro.
So they gotta put all this stuff out there like, I'm woke. I know what's happening in life. No, you don't. You
No,
don't know
you
anything.
don't.
If you
don't.
knew what was
You're
happening, you wouldn't be doing that.
You wouldn't be doing that. You'd just be the type of person that'd just be like, you know what? It happens.
Bro, if you're gonna send a prayer, you're not
But
tell
okay.
nobody to send a prayer.
Yeah.
You sit
You
your ass
down and
down
pray.
and you go and pray yourself. You don't gotta be telling people, oh yeah, I prayed for France. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I prayed for Orlando.
No.
It's like no, yeah,
No,
I did it.
man.
You don't have to be promoting that stuff on social
that
media.
you do that. I'm the type of person to be like, man, you're full of shit.
Full of shit, man. All
You're
those people are full of shit. None of those people are praying. None of those people are aware of any actual
None of those
issues.
people are dropping fucking $1,000 for their help, or $100, or even $5, or even
Yeah, bro.
not donating anything. You know,
And
like we just had the whole hurricane in the Bahamas,
Mhm.
and people are saying, "Oh, pray for the Bahamas, pray for the Bahamas," but most of the people that are putting "pray for the Bahamas" aren't sending out help over there.
Of course not.
You know,
Of course not.
why
All
are
about
you
the social
praying?
media
But
likes.
if you're saying pray for the Bahamas, oh, there's things that you could send. You could send toiletries, you could send water, you could send food, or you can even go with a volunteer to go to the Bahamas and help clean up and be a part of it instead of, I don't know, let's pray.
Yeah.
Let's pray. You're being full of shit.
That's all crap, bro.
You're
But
being full of shit.
let's back on topic with the whole social media and how social media can lead to that episode.
And it even,
that episode is crazy, man. Your whole life revolves around that rating. And if you don't have a certain rating, you don't have a certain amount of people, giving you all these 5 stars to get you there, you're never gonna be the person you want. That girl couldn't buy the house that she wanted in a certain community because in that community only people that were like 8.5 and above were going, and she was an 8.2, so she didn't have enough to be there.
Yeah.
How crazy that you can't live here because you're
3
socially
points away.
You're no, not even
3 half.
You're
3 halves.
0.3 away.
You're 0.3 away. Like, come on.
Like because you're not socially acceptable. Everything's about how acceptable you have to be on that social media.
We can even go from that to that social media, the social credit to how like surveillance and everything is.
So that whole social credit thing, that's a great topic. The whole social media thing, the whole social credit, China is implementing that.
Yeah.
China has one of the greatest amount of surveillance on their population. They have facial recognition everywhere, bro. You commit a crime, you punch somebody in the face in the street, and nobody sees it. It's just you and me, right? I punch you in the face, man. There's a camera that caught you. Most likely, you're gonna get that ticket at home. The cops don't go out there, man. They don't go. I used to work with a guy that was Chinese and he came and worked over here with a visa, and he would tell me, man, everything. The cops are not patrolling the streets like they do here, where you see cops driving around in cop cars, pulling people over, giving them tickets. You commit any kind of traffic violation, anything in the streets, you get into a fight, whatever it is, there's a camera somewhere, it caught you, it knows your face, it recognized you, they know where you live, they know your address, everything. Boom, there's your ticket.
They're gonna go rope you, man.
Huh?
They're gonna rope you up. They're gonna go cuff you and you got in a fight, you got the proof, you're roped up, let's go.
You stabbed this guy and you ran away, nobody saw you, we know who you are. Go get him.
It's like that Minority Report movie, man. The Minority Report, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but Minority Report is where they have these 3 human that could tell the future, like they're hybrids or something like that. And they have these whole monitors and they could tell the future, and they go and they stop the people before the murder or the crime happens.
So they're predicting crimes.
They're predicting crimes. So they go and they arrest these guys, and I'm just like, man, this is where the future is leading to. The future is going to lead to not having the 3 bodies, but it's going to be to where they're predicting crimes that are going to happen, and then you're going to have a whole SWAT team go stop it before you murder someone.
This guy's had a big, rep sheet for crimes. Let's keep an eye on this guy because this guy is most likely going to commit a crime again. And it has its benefit, but like in that movie, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, I get arrested. I'm like, why am I getting arrested? Oh, because in 3 days you're gonna go kill somebody. Are you kidding me?
Well, actually, they go ahead and they stop him right before he does it.
Oh, okay.
Like right before he goes and commits the murder, they stop it right then and there.
Oh, okay.
So like that, you got the proof that he was actually gonna do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not that crazy.
It's not that crazy where it's 3 days ahead. No, it's actual that same day.
Yeah, in the moment.
Okay. But they stop him before the murder. So it's.
I mean, I'm not that against that. I mean,
I'm not against it because at the end of the day,
that seems like you're just saying somebody's like.
You're reacting. The let's say if I'm gonna go ahead, I'm getting cheated on, and I find it, and they're actually in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And I freak out, and I go ahead and try to attempt. It's like attempted murder. I got the gun, or I got the scissors or the knife or something to kill these people.
Yeah, exactly. You were gonna do it. It was already premeditated.
Yeah.
So
it's already right then and there. Yeah.
That's not right then and there. But the surveillance that there is in China.
That's ridiculous.
It is insane. You can't.
It's
go
like the Fast and Furious movies, man.
Facial recognition.
The Fast and Furious movie. It's like the all-seeing eye. I forgot what it's called, but the all-seeing eye that they have.
Yeah, I think that was in like Fast 7.
Fast 7. They have the all-seeing eye, and they could say, "Okay, I want to find Miguel. Let's see where he's at. Anywhere."
Yeah, but
they tap your name, Miguel, whatever. And bang, they find you. by a camera that finds you walking around the street.
Yes, dude, because it has facial recognition. It knows your name. It knows where you most likely will be. It knows everything about you, so it can go and try to find you some way, somehow, and it'll catch you. And that's a movie, dude. That's like, fake.
And they brought it into life in China. How crazy is that?
They're working something like that.
They have where they could surveillance follow you and see who you are.
They follow you because they have, dude. I think they have like over, I don't know how many thousands of cameras they have all over their country, everywhere.
And just imagine the billions of the millions
they have
of citizens that live in China.
Dude, in China they have zero privacy. If you spend too much money on something, that's a negative viewpoint in the government towards you.
And they're starting with that
they're starting with that social credit, man. They don't have an official rating, but the government is keeping tabs on everything you're doing, and then kind of giving themselves a rating about you, about how good of a society member is this person or not, and that influences the government how they interact with
the United States, man, because I buy dumb shit left and right. I buy dumb shit left and right. I get on that app Wish and I fucking buy shit I shouldn't have to fucking buy.
I've spent so much money.
Yeah, and you buy dumb shit, honestly. It's the shit you see is like, damn, I really want this thing. I got no use for it, but I really want it. But it's dumb things.
Yeah. It's spreading though. It's spreading. It's spreading
because if it comes down to the United States, I'm gonna be fucking negative.
It's not.
I'm gonna go fucking negative.
I mean, it's not going to the United States so far, but
I hope not.
But
one day it might.
But it not socially, but Edward Snowden was a perfect example of he blew the whistle on something like that. The government is surveilling us in the United States, just in the background, with us actually knowing it. And they're not doing anything directly to us, but bro, anything you post on Facebook, anything you post on Instagram, anything you post anywhere on the internet, that's for life. That's forever. Yeah. Even if you hit the delete button, it doesn't mean it's actually deleted.
No,
that data still exists.
Yeah.
And it, that builds into, not just that they're doing illegal searchings on us, and they can do kind of like that all-seeing eye stuff, because that's what Edward Snowden was blowing the whistle on. You can type up anybody's name and find thousands and thousands of data points on that one person, and find who they're connected to and all these things, and they can definitely track you heavily after that. But that goes into the topic of that I want to go into with Cambridge Analytica and the documentary on Netflix called The Great Hack, which is a great documentary to watch that brings awareness to the issues with Facebook, that on how they had made a contract with Cambridge Analytica, and they were tracking everybody's data points. As a software developer, I've seen that when you create apps and you create the whole login as Facebook button, when you hit that button, what you don't know is that they're not just making a profile with your email and your basic information.
Everything
with that click, you can get the interests that you've liked, the pages you've liked on Facebook, who you're friends with. They can get your friends' names, and then from there find what they've liked, what they don't like, who they're friends with, and then they start building this great data grid of data points on you. And once you've gotten so much metadata, which is what is always referred to as metadata, we don't really know personal data, but it's bullshit, dude. Once they've got so much of it, they can build a profile on you, and they can start predicting behaviors. This guy likes this guy likes that, and then that's where the targeting with ads come in. But before we get into that, in the documentary, they talk about it. They talk about how they built a system. Cambridge Analytica built a system to collect thousands and thousands of data points to the point where they can profile you correctly, and then they sell this data to other companies.
Like they do to Tinder. But if you get on Tinder, like everyone that you swipe right or swipe left, if you open up their page and look at their interests, it'll show you the same interests that they have
from Facebook.
No, the same interests that they have with you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it all links to Facebook.
But it's all a matching algorithm.
It's all a matching algorithm, but they're
but
all taking
Tinders have that login with Facebook, and they absorb all
that information. That's what I'm trying to get to. They absorb all that information, and what Tinder does, since I don't use it anymore, but when I used it when I was in college, they would try to link me with people with the same interest.
Yeah.
I would open up Tinder, look at people's profiles, and I'd go down to their interests, and I'd be like, man, we got the same interests, so let me just swipe right.
Yeah.
You know, let me keep going. But every person you swiped right on, or even every person you opened up, had the same interests you had.
Yeah, bro. But with Cambridge Analytica, they got so in depth of how much information they were absorbing from these social media platforms that they were selling this data not just to. That's why you get hit hard with these targeting ads.
Yeah.
Because they target you specifically. You know, they find out this person is Googling, looking for a new pair of sneakers, and you start getting hit with Nikes, Adidas. They sell all that data to these companies that you want to run a Facebook ad. All right, this Facebook ad is going to be ran according to these people's likes, and that's how Facebook ads work.
Man, I could use my laptop here, but not even use my laptop because my laptop follows me everywhere. At work, I get on my computer, I search up golf set for a Titleist.
Yeah.
So whatever golf set I want to get. I'll go home, I'll open up my phone from my house, and all of a sudden, I got golf gear coming up. Golf clubs, golf everything, and it's insane, man. It's insane that you can actually, and it follows you around. It follows you.
The problem with that is that, you sign you hit that click, I agree with the terms with Facebook, but what you're not understanding is that Facebook is not just getting this data and just keeping it to themselves. It's not between you and Facebook.
No,
Facebook is then sending this data to Cambridge Analytica. Cambridge Analytica was getting all this information and then selling it to even more companies to get more agencies to log in. And one of the big things that they talked about was the 2016 elections.
Yeah.
How they were pushing the elections one way or another, and they could literally find, all right, these people will vote Republican. These other people are going to vote Democrats. Those aren't the people they're worried about. They're worried about the people that are in the middle. They can sway either way. So then they targeted these people heavily, right? So if the big campaign of Hillary Clinton is like, hey, we want to get voters that are not Democrats yet.
Yeah.
We don't know if they're gonna vote Democrat or not. We want these people to give you a shit ton of money, or we're gonna target them. And that's exactly what they did. It comes out in the documentary. They targeted people and they pushed heavily Democratic campaign promotions, pushing it to these people that they would go towards the Democratic side, and they would suppress, Republican campaign media. And that's crazy that these companies, these private tech companies, are influencing the politics and the election and the presidency of a country.
Yeah.
That through a private tech company, we can pick a president out.
Yeah.
That's a huge
because
problem.
it's like how we were talking about that movie Focus, because what they're trying to do is throw out that person out there regularly,
Prime you. They're trying to prime you.
They're priming you, because I fall into, when it comes to politics, I fall into in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm the one that, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure about this person or this person, but whatever works for me is gonna work for me. So if Trump works for me, he works for me, man.
Yeah.
So, but it's the same thing. The politics, what they were doing was just priming you to vote for that person. They were saying, okay, yeah, this guy falls in the middle, but let me see. He likes these type of things.
It's psychological, man.
So I would get both stories in the middle. I get Trump and Hillary at the same time. So it was like, man, I can't really choose, because I'm still getting both, because I'm still in the middle. But they're gonna obviously choose the Democratic side because that's what they're trying to push. They're trying to push that side more.
But the biggest problem with Cambridge Analytica and the whole situation, that a lot of people are not aware of it. It happened a while ago already. It kind of got blown under the rug, and people don't understand that it's still happening. And other companies come up with other names that are doing the same thing. Excuse me. And basically, these people are selling your data. They're grabbing your data and selling it, using you to target you, not just for ads to buy things, but they're targeting you politically. They're targeting you financially. They're targeting you socially. They see you as a Republican. It's like, okay, you start posting certain things that Facebook doesn't want you, because Facebook just recently came out an article that they're not just a platform, because they used to identify as, we're a platform, we let anybody post whatever, we take down certain things that are, like, let's say like a mass shooting
Like
gets
offensive.
live, something gets live, there's a killing or something, they take that off, that's not allowed. But recently in the article, Google it right now so we can pull up some more details on it, is basically they pulled out and they came out and saying, we are a publisher. We're not a platform anymore. So
Yeah.
search up Facebook declares himself a publisher. And what that means is that now Facebook is 100% reading and seeing everything you are, and they can suppress your First Amendment right of freedom of speech
Yeah.
by saying, no, we're not gonna allow this. We're gonna push liberal or we're gonna push Republican views on here, whatever they choose, and we're gonna suppress other people. Whatever they post, the algorithm won't let you see it.
Yeah.
So back to the whole point of Facebook being a publisher now. What does that really mean for Facebook to be a publisher?
Facebook being a publisher, man, what it says here is that they're able, let's say if they don't agree with whatever you have to say, they're able to censor what you want to say. Like if I want to call you a terrorist or something and they don't agree with it, they're able to take it out of there and keep you looking spiffy clean.
Yeah, so basically what they're saying is, since now they're a publisher, they're no longer just a platform for anybody to put their opinions and freedom of speech out there.
Yeah.
They can literally suppress your First Amendment right by saying, hey, whatever you're talking about doesn't align with our views, so we're going to silence you and we're going to take you off the platform. Some people are on these platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and they are making money off these platforms, and they've made a business to be some type of influencer, or some type of, not influencer, that's a better word. The better word is a content creator, right? They create content. So, and they base their lives off this because they quit their full-time jobs once they've made it to a certain goal and they're actually making money off of this.
Yeah.
And then a platform to just take you off just because they don't align with your viewpoints. How fucked up that is, that they can suppress you like that.
It is, but it all falls on. You know about the whole cancel community. That right now it's on YouTube. There's a whole cancel community. Like if they don't like what you say, they go and they try to cancel you.
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about.
The whole cancel community, man.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Like let's say if we say something so outlandish that people don't agree on, and it's a whole group of people that just don't agree with what we have to say.
Yeah.
We're at risk of being canceled on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that, man. We're here talking about our own opinions.
Exactly. And that's what there are, opinions.
there are opinions.
You don't have to agree with somebody's opinions.
Yeah, just leave it as is. That's their own opinion. That's what they think. That's the way they're.
You don't have to agree with people's opinions. Just because I don't agree with you, and that's one big problem that's coming up with society is people no longer want to have debates. They don't want to have a discussion of, you have a viewpoint, I have an opposite viewpoint. Let's discuss our viewpoints, why they're different, why we don't agree, and then let's try to come to some kind of conclusion, some type of compromise on how we can agree on something, bring some common ground to us. But the problem is with these type of platforms doing these things, and with people in general in society, is you think one way, I think another way, and I don't agree with you, I'm gonna shut you down. We're not gonna have a debate. I'm just saying, you're wrong, I'm right.
Yeah.
Oh, but let's talk about it. No. There's nothing to talk about. You're wrong, you're a piece of shit, you're disgusting, I'm right, this is the right way to be, you gotta be this, you gotta be that, and they suppress you, they kick you off these platforms, they call you out and they slander you and then destroy your reputation online, and you get all these haters and all these kind of things like that create all this chaos in the world, instead of having a mature adult conversation like, hey, I understand that you agree with topic A, but I agree that according to topic A, I agree with this viewpoint, with the viewpoint that topic A might not be the best way to do something.
Yeah.
And you just have to have a debate and have. That's how.
I understand.
That's how Congress should work. That's how everything should work. Come up with a conversation, talk about it, figure out the problem, come up with a solution, and come into some common ground for that solution.
Yeah.
But no, people are like, that's the problem with the politics. That's the problem with the two-party system. Is you're Republican, I'm Democrat. We're never gonna agree. So whatever law you try to pass, I'm gonna try to shut it down. Whatever law I try passing, you're gonna shut it down. So what does Congress end up doing? Nothing. Congress is the opposite word of progress.
Yeah.
It's negative. It doesn't do shit because of that same problem. We're Republicans. If one party is not in control, things don't get done.
Things don't get done.
Things don't get done because they just constantly cancel each other out and don't have mature adults that come to fucking full resolutions. And these are the people that are elected, bro. Elected to be the leaders of this fucking country, and they can't do anything.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna read a little bit from this article right here. It says Facebook has declared it has a right as a publisher to exercise its own free speech and bar consecutive political performance artist Laura Loomer from its platform. Even calling her dangerous extremist is allowed under the First Amendment because it's merely an opinion, Facebook claims in its motion to dismiss the lawsuit filed by Loomer. But Facebook has always defined itself as a tech company providing a platform for users to speak in its past. A definition that has come to appear increasingly ridiculous in an era of widespread politically motivated censorship. You know, it's all through politics, man. If they don't agree with what you have to say,
you're done.
You're done. Like, as long as I don't like Logan Paul, but he got canceled possibly for
doing
something dumb video, but he got canceled for it, you know?
Yeah. Nobody should get canceled, bro. Nobody should. You know, unless you're committing some actual crimes, and you're posting these kind of things on social media, then obviously, you know, you get suppressed for that. But if you're just giving out opinions, and you know, you're just throwing out your viewpoints out there, your lifestyle, just because they don't agree with you, they're gonna cancel you. They're gonna terminate the discussion. Like, and there's no coming back. There's no like, oh, let's repeal this. It's very difficult to get.
You can't appeal anything, man. You can't appeal anything because it is what it is. At the end of the day, they think it's correct. What we think is correct is wrong to them.
Yep.
And what we think is wrong is correct to them. You know? Come on, you can't really think like that.
And it's crazy.
You gotta let us have our own freedom of speech, how we have here, where we're talking about whatever we want to talk about. If we could agree on it, like we're gonna have podcasts where we're gonna have debates.
Yeah.
We're gonna have arguments. We're
not gonna always agree on everything. No. You have a viewpoint, I have a viewpoint. We're two different people, and that's what podcasting is about. That's the great thing about people bring their opinions, they discuss their opinions.
Yes.
They might not always agree, and they might walk away from the table not agreeing, but at least they had a discussion about it. They were mature adults about it. They talked about it without getting into a physical confrontation, without saying, "Oh no, I'm not gonna talk about this. I disagree with you. You're wrong. I don't need to talk to you. You're wrong." It's like, what are you talking about? So why can't you have a discussion about it? Why can't you put out some valid viewpoints, and maybe you might change my mind.
Yeah.
Maybe you might change my mind.
Change my mind, you know?
Yeah.
Challenge me.
Exactly.
That's the whole thing. Challenge me.
That's
you know what? Make me think the way you're thinking.
Now, when it comes to discussion, man, the problem with people not having discussions is you can't learn from other people, and life is all about learning and continuously gaining new experiences, getting new knowledge, and this new knowledge changes the way you think. Like the same way when we were kids, you know, when you're a kid, you're in middle school, high school, you don't think the same way you think now. Life experiences have happened. You've had discussions. You've gained the knowledge from other perspectives in life. You've absorbed that information into you, and you have grown from there, and you have a whole new mindset on certain things. And people canceling each other out with discussion, like, I'm not gonna talk to you because like you're a piece of shit because I don't agree with you. How is that person, if you really want to do good, if you think your viewpoint is actually a good viewpoint, and that's how people should be, the best way to get people on your side is having discussions, talking to them, teaching them, hey, look, this is why I think you might be wrong, and you know, this is why I think I'm right.
Yeah.
It's because of these reasons, and if they're valid points, these people might actually take them and be like, man, maybe I am wrong. Maybe you know these things are not right, and the right way to be is this way, and people do change because of that.
And we could go back to our old podcast, how we were talking about how people have gotten soft in this generation. That's where it comes from.
Our previous episode?
Yeah, our previous episode. Yeah. It comes that people have gotten soft over the years, and now
they can't even hold
they get offended.
Yeah.
If they get offended, they're going to get so offended that they're just going to, no, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you because you're a dickhead, and your views aren't aligned to mine.
Yeah.
So I can't talk to you. I can't agree with anything you have to say because your views don't align with mine. So
Yeah, they're too soft to hold up a conversation with somebody else. They're like, oh, we don't agree. You're a piece of shit. I'm gonna shut you down, and we're not gonna. Why can't you be a man or a woman or whatever and stand up for your viewpoints without being like that? Everybody has an opinion. Bring out the facts. Bring out the knowledge, and then intellectually shut that person down and change them for a better viewpoint.
Correct.
Instead of just shutting them down with no actual knowledge, no actual facts, no nothing.
No,
just because our opinions are different about a subject. You're a piece of shit. I don't want to talk to you. What the fuck?
No, man. Teach me. It's like, you know what? If I think the way I'm thinking, you think it's wrong, teach me. And if I think I'm right and I think you're wrong, I'm gonna try to teach you to why I think the way I think.
Educate people. Educate. Yes. Spread out information, valid information with facts. Spread factual information, and you'll change people's minds.
Yeah.
People used to think smoking was good for you. Doctors would smoke in an office while they were consulting you like it was nothing. What came out? Factual information, studies, all these things came out saying, hey, smoking's not good for you. Smoking is giving you lung cancer.
Yeah.
It's giving you all these other kind of heart disease.
Secondhand smoke is
causing all these other issues
to the other person that you're around. You know.
And with factual information, knowledge was spread, discussions were had, and people changed their habits.
Yeah.
That's the only way that the human collective works.
So
spreading factual information.
We're in a day and age that nobody wants to hear what you gotta say if you don't agree with what they think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people just have to stop being soft and start taking it. As men, women, you gotta take it.
Yeah.
If you think I'm wrong, like we said, educate me on why I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Prove me that I'm wrong.
Bro.
Know?
Now that we're talking about our previous podcast, I want to bring up the gender neutral dolls article.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, how crazy is that, man? To have gender neutral dolls. They already have that. It's called action figures and regular dolls.
Let me see.
Boys play with action figures. Like, Google it. I'm gonna try to send you the article and open it up so you can see some of it. Man, it is.
I don't get
wild. It is wild.
I don't understand because gender neutral dolls.
Yeah, the Barbie collection.
Yeah. So what are they? Half and half men, half women?
No, they're not half of anything. They have no labels. They have like no certain haircuts. Like it's neutral. It can be anything. So when you look
it brings both attachments.
When you look at the dolls, you don't really know what they are. So as I'm opening up the article now. So it's free of labels. Was the main event. So it's not advertised as either it's a doll for a girl or a doll for a boy.
Okay, I see.
The doll can be a boy or a girl. Neither, if it wants to be neither or both at the same time. See, the same company that created Barbie.
I see it. Yeah, I see one right here in front of me where it has the fucking bangs and the hat.
Calls it the world's first gender neutral doll and hopes to redefine who gets to play with what, and erasing traditional taboos. What is it up with erasing the past, with erasing factual stuff? There are boys and there are girls. There's not a neither. You can't be neither.
You can't be neither.
That's a problem.
If you're a boy, you're a boy. You cannot be a boy and a girl. You can't be in the middle. You're a boy, you get raised as a boy. If you're a girl, you get raised as a girl. So what if later on in life you start to show that you want to play sports as a girl? You want to play baseball. You know what? So she wants to play baseball. I played against baseball. I played baseball against girls growing up. I can tell you hands down.
At younger ages.
Yeah, younger ages. I can tell you hands down, they threw harder than most of the guys there.
For a certain time
being.
After a certain age,
they can't compete with men. After the age of 12, that's it. They're
when the boys start hitting puberty. Things change absolutely 100%.
But the whole gender neutral epidemic that's going on right now, because it's an epidemic. It isn't a trend. No, it's an epidemic. People are trying to keep the genders away from their babies, and they're causing harm to their baby.
Unknowingly, bro. Unknowingly. They think they're doing this great thing by let the child decide its own gender. Let the child, play with whatever it wants. Bro, if it's a boy, it's a boy. If it's a girl, it's a girl. If it's playing with a girl doll, it's playing with a girl doll. Why does the doll have to be neutral? Why? Because it's going to offend somebody?
Yeah.
What is it with? They even said it in the article: erasing traditional taboos.
But erasing traditional taboo. Is it a taboo to be a man?
Yeah.
Or to be a boy as a baby, to be a boy?
To be a boy and play with action figures.
But is it a taboo to be what you really are?
Now it is, apparently, because
Like,
it's just like it's transgender phobic to not. But what I like is with the votes that we put out there, the polls that we put out there, the results were in, bro. Almost everybody voted when it came to transgenders in sports for trans people to fight trans people.
Yeah.
That competitively makes more sense to everybody.
It does.
When it came to, are you a transphobic? If you're transphobic male because you don't want to date females that are used to be men that are now females, they're the transgenders. No, the results came in, bro. You're not transgender phobic just because you don't like girls that are transgenders.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's entitled to their own likes and dislikes. And there's no reason for, if I don't like transgender women, I don't want to date transgender women. If we're talking, you look like a girl to me, but you tell me, I'm a transgender, and I cut the relationship there, that doesn't mean I'm transgender phobic. It just means I don't like that. I don't like certain things. I don't need to hang out with people that do certain things I don't like.
Agreed. Like honestly, I don't have issues with transgenders, but please, if we're gonna be friends, at least this goes with me. At least I was a man, or anything, or even if I go to the bar and I think this girl looks fine, and if you're transgender, please tell me. Please tell me I'm transgender.
Yeah.
So like that, I can know to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, man.
Because I have what I like, and I know what I like, and transgenders aren't one of them.
Yeah, it's natural, bro. It's natural to have your likes and dislikes, and it's mind blowing that you get forced into, if you don't like this, you're transgender phobic.
Yeah.
And this is gonna build up to an issue where kids in school are being taught about this transgender stuff, and then it's like, is your dad transgender phobic? Oh yeah, my dad doesn't like transgenders. I've heard him talk about it, and he thinks they're not right. Oh, your dad's transgender phobic? Oh, I think we need to call child services because you're not being raised in a proper home. Those kind of issues are gonna eventually come up.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And the thing is that transgender is not just about being male or female. It's about self-identity. You can identify it as anything. So people are coming out all the pedophiles are coming out and saying, hey, the reason why I like kids is because I identify as a kid.
Sure.
So how can you say no to that person, but then say yes to the person that identifies as a cat?
Man. Let me see if I find that article. There's actually an article on Daily Mail of a grown-ass fucking man that wants to act like he's 6 years old. He has adopted parents. He wants to act like he's 6 years old.
Yeah, he identifies
as a child, but he's a 43-year-old man dressing like a fucking 6-year-old girl. In what right mind does that fit in? And then when he was technically 7, his little cousin was like, oh, I want to be the older cousin. So he said, you know what? I'll be 6. I'm 6 years old. The fuck does that? How does that fucking?
How do you allow this to happen?
How do you allow this to be acceptable?
How do you allow this and accept this? These people obviously need some kind of help because we can't allow the world to spin into this chaotic world where people are doing things like this, bro. There was an article about a guy that he told his boss that he wanted to identify as a cat. So he wanted a litter box in his cubicle so he can shit and piss in his litter box.
Fire him.
That's the problem. He got fired. What happened? A whole article came out.
Because he got sued.
This whole issue happening. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Let me see. I saw. Remember when we were talking about how the transgender athletes and all that?
Yeah.
Well, remember the MMA fighter we were talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here I sent one of my friends a picture of how the opponent felt. She came out.
Yeah, you said it. There's a lawsuit. There's a lawsuit.
Yeah, there's a lawsuit
for females.
For the females are coming out for the transgender athletes.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to find here where it is because I sent my friend that picture of right here it is. It says this is the MMA fighter that fought a female, a transgender female that fought an actual female.
Yeah.
And the female came out saying, "I fought a lot of women and have never felt the strength that I have felt in a fight as I did today. I can't answer whether it was because she was born a man or not, because I'm not a doctor," she stated. "I can only say I've never felt
I want to pause you right there.
I never felt so overpowered."
I want to pause you right there before you keep going. That statement right there that she said, I can't say it was because she was born as a man or not, is the problem with this whole society. Being politically correct, because
Yeah.
she says this guy was a man and he hit me like a man.
She's out of the job. She's out of them.
She's in shit politically because she's politically attacking the transgender community.
Yeah. So it continues saying, "I've never felt so overpowered ever in my life, and I am an abnormally strong female in my own right." You know, it's coming from an MMA fighter. Female MMA fighters could definitely beat my ass, could beat your ass.
Just quick reminder, all these articles that we're talking about, we're referencing, even though we're not pulling up the article now where you guys can see it and we're not reading 100% of the article, the links will be in the podcast below in the description. So you guys can see it for yourself.
Yeah. So it's like, it leaves me just dumbfounded by the fact that she felt overpowered by this man.
But she couldn't say it.
But she couldn't say it because she's afraid to lose her job for it.
Yeah.
Because we even go back to our old episode where if we say something wrong, we're out of a job.
Yeah.
If we offend somebody,
you offend somebody, bro,
we're out of it.
You're done. If this podcast gets declared as too offensive, we can get shut off.
Yeah.
We can get shut off.
And I don't think it should be like that, man. It shouldn't be.
And it's just us, our opinions, talking guy to guy, friend to friend, and just trying to spread out awareness and bring out opinions to other people. And one of the best things I liked about doing this podcast that we started was posting the polls on social media and seeing if what we're talking about, if other people agree. And, and if they don't agree, I welcome all the feedback to tell us why they don't agree and give us your viewpoint.
Yeah.
And bring out whatever topics they want to talk about on the podcast. And just because we talk about something and you don't agree with it, it's okay. You tell us why you don't agree with it, and we're not gonna attack you. We're not gonna shut you down. We're gonna have a human discussion back and forth. Okay, look, I think like this because of this and this and this, and this is why I don't agree with you. And maybe we can exchange something, and maybe they can change our mind, or maybe we can change their mind.
Also, the one thing I loved seeing was getting our first few comments on YouTube. People supporting us and telling us that we're hitting the right topics. I love seeing that. So please, guys, keep commenting on our videos because it goes along. And if you have any questions you want us to answer, feel free to comment onto.
Drop comments on the videos
and we'll answer them. We don't feel any way. Just give us any comments you want us to answer.
Yeah,
we'll
send
us
a comment on Instagram or Twitter with Caveman Chronicles. Just look us up. Same logo on both platforms, Instagram and Twitter. Send us a DM. Talk about whatever topics you want. Talk about whatever questions you guys have about whatever we're covering. Just hit us there, and we'll reply to you guys, and we're gonna have human discussion. We're not gonna shut you down. We're not gonna attack you because you have opposite viewpoints to us. We're completely open for discussion.
Or even better, if you want to video record your question, you could always just send it to us.
Send it to us, or post it on your social media and tag us at Caveman Chronicles Podcast on Instagram, or Caveman Chronic 1 on Twitter, and tag us, post it. We'll see it. We'll reply. And we'll keep engaging. We want engagement from you guys, and we want to keep this podcast going. And the more feedback, the more engagement, the more voting you guys do on the polls that we post, the better. That's the best part of outside the podcast. It's not just recording a few hours, but it's engaging with people and seeing their opposite viewpoints. Is that engagement is what keeps it going all week long until the next episode. And that's what fuels the fire.
Remember, guys, we're also sponsored by George Ox and the Checkered Butterfly. Also follow the Santisteban family on YouTube. She posts great stuff, great content about her family.
What's the YouTube?
The Santisteban family. So it's a YouTube channel just where She posts a whole bunch of videos of her family, her daughter, and everything. Just follow it, guys. You guys are gonna love it. She does great editing, great pictures and everything, so you guys could follow it, you know?
All right. So I think with that, we're going to wrap it up. So everybody, open up to discussions. Hit us with feedback. Hit us with comments. We're going to keep going and hit us with any topic you want. So from there, dale.
Yeah.